Hey guys, what's up? All right. It's Double Deuce back, radio out of control. Today, I'm going to show you guys, I guess, a refreshing video on how to wire up your push button start system for your glow plugs, your brush starter motor, and right now, I got the new Otto 2-cylinder engine there, the SL200, and I put it in my old school HG-P407 frame, and like I said in the prior video, I think it's going to stay here. So anyways, today we'll get to the poop of it, and I'll show you guys how to hook all this stuff up, whether you want to go brushed or brushless, and because there's many different ways you can do it. So grab your favorite smoke beverage, popcorn, whatever you want to do, and hang out with me today. Okay guys, let's get to the thick of it. Now, I've been contacted by several viewers that don't understand how to hook up your push button start. So I'm going to go through the push button start first, then I'm going to go through a radio start with a receiver. Okay, so it's very simple. Pay attention. Like I say, just you have your two wires that come off your starter engine here, your starter motor. Okay, that's a red and a black. All right, now you bring those two wires off down here. Some you might have to make yourself if you buy one of these. This came off my FSL 175 flathead engine. It had a relay. There we go. Yeah, a relay. Had a relay on this thing with a push button start. However, the relay crapped out because it was just too small for the, or it was just bad quality. I don't know. However, what you want to do is this. You want to start from the front of the engine. Let me get these pipes out of the way here. Whoop. Hold on. We got a economic failure going on here because I got them on jack stands. We'll pull these off. Now, you can see this is. Let's get rid of all this crap right now. This is your electric starter motor that runs the Otto FSL 200. Okay, this is a very good engine. It's a very good deal. 150 bucks. Put your name on one. I guarantee you, this is the best thing that ever happened from Sterling Kit to our hobby. Okay, towing engine. They've been bouncing around all their things and everything else, but when they come out with this, it is a very good engine. So now you have your starter motor, which is a big brush motor. Okay, and I like the brush motors to start these things only because I like brushless better, but a brush motor is very simple to wire up everything all in one. So you got your hot and your negative. So you got black and red. So you got the black is the guy, red is the female. Always remember that, okay? When they come out of your starter motor down here, before this relay, you can replace this with a flip switch or a push button. All you gotta do is take your red to red, leave your black, run continuous. Take your red to red, put them on the switch, so when you push it, it makes a connection from red to red. Easy. Okay. Now, before you bring this out of your engine or your starter motor here to the relay or your push button, flip switch, whatever you want to do, you're going to have to buy one of these igniter kits. Okay. Now, they sell them on SterlingKit.com. There's there's the two igniters and they have two plugs. What I did is I wired my plugs together here temporarily because I knew I was going to tear them apart. red to red, black to black. That way you have red going to your glow plugs, black going to your cylinder head. Okay, you put these in front here of your push button switch. Now pretend this is a push button switch, not a relay. Okay, what you do is you wire man to man, woman to woman. Remember, red to red, black to black here. So, and you put this on your battery. Now when you push your push button or your toggle switch, it ignites the glow niters and the starter motor at the same time, which will start the engine. Okay, now if you want to go with a simple, more than that, because the problem is when you only do this, okay, you wire a simple push button switch to your starter and your glow plugs. Now you have to have a separate battery to run your radio. So when there, it gets a little complicated. Okay, so if you want to use your radio to start your engine and ignite the glow plug at the same time, it's very simple. All you have to do is come up with I think it is here, a brushed speed controller. Now this here is a RC 4-wheel drive Outcry with a battery eliminator circuit and all this stuff. It's like, yeah, it's a little complicated for you guys. So to make it simple, get at least a 60 amp brush speed controller that can run at least 12 volts. Okay, they're super cheap online. I always use these batteries from Ampro. Because they're super small, super lightweight. I can run one to run everything, and I guarantee you, this battery only has to run your receiver and your starter motor for a brief minute and your glow plugs for a brief minute, and this thing will outlast any amount of fuel you can run through this engine, okay, before it dies. So not a problem there. And if you used a LiPo speed controller, this will shut down so you're not cooking your battery. All right, so what I like to do is, if I don't run the push button start, like I say, red to red, black to black with a push button, and if I want to run this into my receiver from my radio and my speed controller, what I do is I take the two wires that come off your speed controller to your motor, your starter motor, and what you do is you just hook the black to black, the red to red to those. Now from there you can actually plug this speed controller into your radio on a separate channel, and when you energize that channel, whether it's a click switch, a push button, normally, like I've done many things with mine. This is a Dumbo RC radio because it came in a light kit, which I put in here because I wanted the lights on this too. It's very simple. This is a very common radio out there. It has a channel 3, which is a click on and off, which I like to use for other things. It has a 3 channel push button here that goes back and neutral and forth, and then you have your two on the top. These are push buttons. Most of them, some of them have like dials that turn. So I've done the dials that turn, so 1, 5, and 6 usually, and I'll use those for my, to turn on my starter motor and ignite everything through a speed controller. Now, normally on your radio, you have like so many channels. Okay, so I'm going to do say a 3 channel, and I'll do a 6 channel at the same time. Okay, no matter if you have a 3 or a 6 channel, number 1 is always, to turn. Always remember, 1 to turn, 2 to burn. So take your number 1 channel and hook it to your steering servo, always. Number 2 is to burn. Okay, 1 to turn, 2 to burn. Hook that to your servo that runs your throttle on your engine, which is very simple. And when you use your, this is number 1, this is number 2. Okay, when you back it off, that runs your brake. So all you got to do is hook up your brake to your same throttle servo. Make sure it turns opposite directions, okay? Which is okay. Now, however, I sometimes hook up my this number 4 here. It has a 3-position switch. The reason I like these radios is because I love the Tamiya Bruiser. Okay, you guys know that. It's been carved in stone forever. I've probably been the only old fart out there that's carried on the matriarch flag for those, Tamiya Bruisers, Now we have an HG-P407, and that's what I put this engine in with the Revo gearbox and all this stuff. It's a 2-speed transmission, forward reverse. I started this trend a long time ago, and with this silly radio right here, it works best with all these things. And this one here is actually better because it gives you a light kit. So when you hit the brake, the brake lights come on. When you take off, you can actually hook this thing up so the headlights either brighten up or they just stay cool. It's got left and right turn signals and all this stuff with this radio. So I know it's a lot to take in for some of you guys that are kind of just getting into the hobby, but like I say, very simple. If you can buy a brush, I paid $10 for this brush speed controller on eBay. Okay, it works very well, and you know what? It's like I'm gonna do I'm gonna eliminate the battery eliminate circuit here because you don't need it on something like this. If you're running like a bigger scale where you need super power, like a crawler or something like that, to run your servos to make sure it turns on the hills and over the rocks and all that stuff, you need that. And you don't have to buy something this exotic. These are still, you can buy these on rc4wheeldrive.com all day long. You can get the Otto engine right here, the twin cylinder, best deal ever right now. To this day, I started working with Sterling kit like 5-6 years ago, okay? And, I paid a lot of money for the L200s from Toyin. Way more than this one. This is like the end result of, all the problems they had back in the day. Is now this thing comes with, single overhead cam, massive brush starter motor, fan, clutch pulley. It's air cooled. You don't need a radiator, and it has the carburetor with a pump on here that came with the that crawler that I bought, from Toyin. It's the same exact engine. It just been a little bit more refined. So, like I say, we can slice bread all day long, but I'm not getting paid to sell this engine to you guys. All right, I'm just telling you what you can do. You can take an HG-P407 Bruiser rip-off clone. You can add a trackless gearbox, or you can buy the 3-speed gearbox like Steve at RC Tanks and Trucks has put in his Sen build with the V8. Check out his video, you know what I mean? Because, he's my brother from another mother down from another land there, and it's like one day we'll hook up and we'll just shoot the breeze, you know what I mean? But, like I say, very simple, guys. We're a community of people. We share the love. We share all our ideas. I'm not afraid to share something with you, because if I can make your day better, that makes my day better, I got enough shit in my life going on. It doesn't matter to me. So, if you want to use a brushed speed controller here, it's easy to do. Brushless, now it gets a little confusing because the brushless will only start a brushless motor. I've not found a way to tap off these here without tapping off the power to the speed controller to run the igniters. I used to have to put a click switch, turn it on, you know, battery on, battery goes to the glow igniters here, and then, you know, when you click your whatever channel you decide to put your starter motor in, because your starter motor has to be separate from your throttle and your steering. 1 to turn, 2 to burn. Whatever other options you have in your radio, whether it's a 3, 4, 5, 6 channel, 8 channel radio, put that wherever you want to put it. Okay, like I could have put it on a click switch here, just like done. It would start it, and I would shut it off. You know, but I decided to use this one here because sometimes these engines, okay, with the motors on them, need to run in reverse to kind of, I guess, regain strength, because this is a dawning age of all this stuff, and I'm trying to figure it out just like you guys are. So don't be scared. Share the love. I hope that I shed the light on how you can actually do this today. Any questions, comments, please feel free to hit me up. Like I say, love to all. Tell your friends. Adios.